Ashley, can you hear me?
Yeah, Dan, I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to test audio real fast.
Well, good morning.
Morning. This fine, chilly morning.
It's nice and cold.
I know. I was with some friends this weekend and we're off and back east and we're just talking about how sad it is, how soft we've all become living in Arizona. It's like 60 degrees and we're like, we're freezing.
Well, us natives are used to it, so it's okay. You can't beat us, join us.
Yeah. When I first moved here, if it was like 60 degrees, I still would have been running around in shorts and a t-shirt. And now it's like sweatshirt, pants.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Go.
Good morning, everyone. I believe we're waiting on President Lee to join us, and then we'll start in a few minutes.
I'm here.
Oh, I totally missed you. Yeah. Okay. With that, President Lee, we do have a quorum, so we can go ahead and get started.
Awesome. All right. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm just pulling up the agenda. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the pledge, and then we'll do a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Okay, just before we get on to the roll call, a few housekeeping rules regarding virtual meetings. Board members, please stay muted, and after each agenda item, we will allow for an open discussion and dialogue first, and then Ashley may go through roll call to see if any member has an additional comment or question if needed to ensure each board member is heard, and please be sure to state your name before you speak. As always, board members, I can't always see you raising your hand, so feel free to please unmute yourself and interject at any time. Charters on the agenda, you'll stay muted until the item is considered. We'll ask if the charter is available, and if so, the charter can unmute themselves at that time and state their name for the record. And the general public is viewing the meeting via a live stream. Aaron, if you could please go ahead and do the roll call.
Absolutely. President Lee?
Here.
Vice President Close?
Here.
Superintendent Huffman, Mr. Tremoni, Ms. Barr,
Here.
Dr. Crockett,
Present.
Ms. Foster,
Here.
Ms. Montier,
Here.
Mr. Ruiz,
Here.
Mr. Stratton,
Here.
Mr. Swanson.
Present.
Presently, you have a quorum.
Perfect. Thank you. And board members, before we go on, I'm actually super happy to report. I'd like to go ahead and take a vote to remove item J1, compliance matters. Reason being is that we no longer need to consider item J1 because charter holders that failed to timely submit their fiscal year 22 annual financial audit, because they all have submitted their 22 financial audit and are not subject to a single audit. So therefore, consideration for the item is not needed, and we can remove item J1, which I don't think has ever happened since I've been on the board. Maybe it has, I don't remember, but yeah, that's so exciting. So way to go, charters. You guys are awesome. I move to remove item J1, compliance matters, from the agenda. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. And Aaron, if you'll do the roll call, please.
Absolutely. Vice President Close,
Aye.
Ms. Barr,
Aye.
Dr. Crockett,
Aye.
Ms. Foster,
Aye.
Ms. Montier,
Aye.
Mr. Ruiz,
Aye.
Mr. Stratton,
Aye.
Mr. Swanson,
Aye.
President Lee.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Perfect. Yay.
President Lee,
Okay. Yes.
President Lee, I'm so sorry. I may have missed it, but did we get a second on that?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Stratton.
That's
Stratton.
right.
Thank you,
We're
Aaron.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Well, yay. Good job, charters. Okay. Moving on. Superintendent's report. I believe she's not on the call today, and I do not believe a superintendent's report was submitted to be read. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay. Moving right along. Executive director's report. Ashley, you're up.
I'm gonna make this really short. So just as an update on legal matters, we are still in conversations with 2 schools, Pinnacle Education, Keno. If you remember back at our meeting in August, the board did instruct legal counsel and board to continue conversations with them. So we will continue those conversations, and once we know more, we will come back to the board with additional information. Additionally, with Arizona Education Solutions, we are continuing those conversations as well, similar to Pinnacle Keno. And then for Parkview Schools, the charter is still going through some legal matters, and in August, the Office of Administrative Hearing did order the matter be continued and set a status update, but we will continue to keep you updated on that as well. Okay. And then going on to the approved amendments and termination agreements. As always, I am coming to you with an update as to how many surrender agreements have been approved by the president and how many Arizona Online Instruction amendment requests I've approved as the executive director. And at this time, since our last board meeting, there have been no surrender agreements approved or Arizona Online Instruction amendments approved. So there's nothing to report on that as well. And presently, that is all I have to report.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashley. All right, moving on. Call to the public. There was no public comment or request to speak forms received. So we're going to move on to item G, the consent agenda. If there's anything on the agenda that anybody needs to recuse themselves from or that they'd like to pull off from the consent agenda, now would be the time. If there's not, then I just need a motion to accept as is.
President Lee, I move to approve the consent agenda as presented. This is Hans.
Awesome. Is there a second?
This is Jessica. I second.
Thank you, Jessica. Aaron, you're up.
Absolutely. Vice President Close,
Aye.
Ms. Barr,
Aye.
Dr. Crockett,
Aye.
Ms. Foster,
Aye.
Ms. Montier,
Aye.
Mr. Ruiz,
Aye.
Mr. Stratton,
Aye.
Mr. Swanson,
Aye.
President Lee.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Awesome. All right, moving right along. H, charter amendments. Lori, I believe you're going to present for us.
I am. Good morning, President Lee, Vice President Close. Madison Highland Prep, entity ID 1001521, submitted a request for a change in ownership of the charter holder. The charter holder has resolved that it transfer its ownership to a new entity, Madison Highland Prep Phoenix, which has been created for this purpose and is already an active 501c3 corporation, already on file with the Arizona Corporation Commission. The current charter holder entity, Madison Highland Prep, currently holds 2 charter contracts with the board. The charter holder's submission indicates that it wants to continue operation of the school, Highland Prep West, under a separate and distinct corporate entity, Madison Highland Prep Phoenix. I'm available if you have any questions.
Board members, do you have any questions?
President Lee, this is Jim Swanson. Lori, thank you for that. Will we be hearing from the school?
I believe Dr. Clark is with us today.
Okay, I'll wait for my questions.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Then that being said, is the charter available? If so, if you could unmute yourself at this time, state your name for the record, any statement you'd like to make.
Good morning, Madam Board President Lee, members of the board, Executive Director Berg. It's great to be here. My name is Kerry Clark, and I'm speaking on behalf of Highland Prep West and Highland Prep, Madison Highland Prep, and then of course Highland Prep Phoenix.
Awesome. All right, I know that we have some questions. So board member, or did you have a statement that you wanted to make or just an intro? And it's fine if it's just an intro.
No, I just want to thank the board for their support and their guidance with the navigating the amendment. It was new for us, so
Awesome.
they helped make it pretty clear. So thank you.
Good. Great. Okay. Member Swanson, I believe you had a question.
Thank you, President Lee. Mr. Clark, I've read the materials and I saw that everything was written and what you're trying to do, but I was missing the why. And what drove you to this with a new charter and then separating them so quickly? And what is the force and the reason behind what you're trying to accomplish?
Okay, well, so Madison Highland Prep is the replication school, and we opened Madison Highland Prep in 2014, and it's a high Title I school that has a partnership with the Madison Elementary School District. And so we actually co-operate out of a district campus. And the school has an excellent budget. However, the replication process has necessitated the school sponsoring Highland Prep West, as it's a brand new school. And so that school is an achievement district school, and it has a bond. And so primarily it's to unencumber Madison Highland Prep from Highland Prep West's school so that they can operate as separate entities.
So Mr. Clark, if I can just rephrase it, has to do with really the organizing structure and the financial structure and just separating the two entities so they can financially be viable on their own. Yes.
Yeah, that's primarily.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Are there any other questions, board members? Yeah, I don't either. So with that, is there a motion?
President Lee, this is Hans. I move based on the information contained in the board materials and presented today to approve the request to, am I getting feedback? To approve the request to change the ownership of the charter contract held by Madison Highland Prep entity ID 1001521 for the operation of Highland Prep West Charter School to Madison Highland Prep Phoenix.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
All right, thank you. And Aaron, you're up.
Absolutely. Vice President Close,
Aye.
Ms. Barr,
Aye.
Dr. Crockett,
Aye.
Ms. Foster,
Aye.
Ms. Montier,
Aye.
Mr. Ruiz,
Aye.
Mr. Stratton,
Aye.
Mr. Swanson. I'm sorry, Mr. Swanson, I didn't hear that.
Aye. Yes.
President Lee,
Aye.
motion passes unanimously.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Mr. Clark.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right. Okay, moving right along. Agenda item I, letter grade consent agreement. Joanna, you're up.
Good morning, President Lee and board members. Today, I'm going to provide you a brief overview of the proposed fiscal year 2022 letter grade consent agreement. Pursuant to the board's administrative rules, the board may enter into a consent agreement with the charter holder operating a school assigned a letter grade of F to restore the charter to acceptable performance within the specified time period. In consultation with the board's legal counsel, staff has developed a proposed letter grade consent agreement for your consideration. Additionally, if at a later date, a charter holder is offered and that charter holder's board approves the letter grade consent agreement, staff asks the board to authorize the board president to sign the agreement without the agreement being brought before the board at a subsequent regular meeting. 2 years ago, at the May 11, 2020 meeting, the board adopted changes to the letter grade consent agreement to accommodate schools assigned a letter grade of F in fiscal year 2019. Those changes provided the charter holder the opportunity to demonstrate improved academic achievement by earning a letter grade other than F for 3 consecutive years, and if at any time during the 3 consecutive years schools are not assigned a letter grade based on that fiscal year's performance, the charter holder agrees to extend the duration of the consent agreement by 1 fiscal year for each fiscal year a letter grade is not assigned. The proposed changes in the fiscal year 2022 letter grade consent agreement further define when the school is not assigned letter grades based on that fiscal year's performance. The proposed revision indicates that if at any time during fiscal year 2023, fiscal year 2024, or fiscal year 2025, a school receives a NR, meaning not rated, or notwithstanding the reason, and not assigned a letter grade of D, C, B, or A, the charter holder agrees to extend the duration of the consent agreement. The consent agreement would be extended by 1 fiscal year for each fiscal year in which a letter grade based on that fiscal year's performance is not assigned, and until the charter has been assigned 3 letter grade designations. If the board approves the proposed fiscal year 22 letter grade consent agreement and the board offers the charter holder the agreement at a later date, the charter holder assigned an F letter grade has the opportunity to improve academic performance and to restore the charter school to acceptable performance in accordance with the board's administrative rules. So that's the end of my quick overview. And do you have any questions for me?
Board members, are there any questions about this? Yeah, I don't hear any. No, I just want to, I'll say this, time and time again, charter schools are, I always say, are like sailboats, and you guys really, board staff, kind of have made me able to say that. What I mean by that is you guys are able to adjust swiftly and quickly based on needs and what's going on. And this is just another example of, of you guys really kind of shoring up a process and procedure, I think, very quickly. And I'm really excited about this change. I think it was kind of always the intent. And so making sure that it got in writing and so that way it was really clear and transparent to our other charters is really important. So no, I think this is great. I think it's a great move for consent agreements. So thanks for all your hard work on that. Board members, if there aren't any other questions or comments, is there a motion?
President Lee, this is Hans. I move that the board adopt a revision to the FY22 letter grade consent agreement, hereinafter referred to as the agreement, as presented to the board today and found in the materials for today's board meeting. If at a later date, the board offers the charter holders the opportunity to enter into the agreement, I further move to authorize the board's president to execute the agreement on behalf of the board without the agreement being brought before the entire board for approval. I direct staff to report to the board during regular board meetings those agreements that have been approved by the board president since the last board meeting.
Good job, Hans. Is there a second?
This is Jessica. I second.
Thank you, Jessica. All right, Aaron, you're up.
All right, Vice President Close,
Aye.
Ms. Barr,
Aye.
Dr. Crockett,
Aye.
Ms. Foster,
Aye.
Ms. Montier,
Aye.
Mr. Ruiz,
Aye.
Mr. Stratton,
Aye.
Mr. Swanson,
Just a comment, good job, staff. Aye.
President Lee.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right. Up next, agenda item K, because we skipped J. And so, Ashley, you're up.
Well, I have to say, I think this might be our shortest meeting ever. So thank you, Charters, for getting all your audits in. So our next board meeting is December 12th. We do have a agendized for December 12th and December 13th. However, based on the number of new applications going to the board, I only anticipate us needing to have the December 12th meeting. So we will continue to have December 13th just on the books just in case, but I do anticipate us only needing to meet for December 12th, that Monday. In addition to that, this is President Lee's last board meeting with us before she officially moves to Georgia. So just want to say thank you, President Lee, for your leadership, for your support for not only this board, but board staff, and for all of the charters in our portfolio. I think we've done incredible work under your leadership. And I'm really excited to see what change you bring to Georgia and all that they have going on in their choice movement. But thank you again for all of you that you've done and for your leadership and friendship over the years. It's been an incredible run. So thank you. So with that, yeah, kudos. So with that, the next board meeting in December will be run by our new president, President Close, and VP Jessica Montiers.
Awesome. Yay. Okay. Well, with that, I don't want to take too much time because I have a record to beat right now. So I want to make sure I get that in. You guys, it's been a blast. It's been honestly the most amazing ride. I appreciate all of you guys, board members, board staff. You guys are awesome. It's moving day for us. I apologize. It probably shouldn't look like this, but we're getting out of here today. So you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. And hope to see you guys sometime soon. See ya. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Yes.
Thank
Guys.
you. Wish you the best.
Thank
you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Bye.